What is up, everybody? Let me know if my mic sounds weird. I accidentally knocked over my entire sound setup, so I think I put everything back the way it's supposed to be, but if it sounds insane, that is why, so yeah. Anyway, I'm a little behind on this event because, it's boring. I mean, what do you want me... Like, all this event does is, like, spam these 5 AP nodes that you can't lose and waste a lot of your time, and you have to do, like, 80 of them. So I got pretty bored of that, but, trying to catch up here. The FGO collab? Fate collabing with itself? Who knew? So, 5 AP stages, yeah, I know, they're not great. Let me see here. Do I get to use my own units? Maybe. Let's see. Man, no Georges with the old school CE. As time goes on, that is more and more common. Oh, I got no sound here. It'd have been nice if they made that one of the free CEs. Yeah, they've started to make some old craft essences available with mana prisms, which is one of the few good things the game has done recently, honestly. Credit where it's due there. But it'd be nice if they would have picked that one. That would have been pretty sick. I guess they think there's not much need because you have Kimlon, but I really like the other one because it's attack stat instead of health stat, so... And it's more NP. It's only 5%, but it can add up. Hey, rabbit. We'll do this in case there's debuffs. So add it during the 10th year anniversary. You know, that's not even that far off. Got like, what, 6 months to the 9th? Oh. You know, this is a good time to address the drama I want to talk about as we look at this game's absolute failure, right? I mean, look at this shit, right? Like, just ridiculous. But, okay, so, by the way, I'm, like, really late to the party on this. There's been, like, people, like, trying to run my name through the mud or whatever for a while, and I didn't even know. It's because I'm like, oh, there's kids on my lawn again, you know. I don't really keep up with the social medias. But anyway, but yeah, there's you know, mostly whales that are mad at me because I said giving this game money is dumb because look how they use it, which is true, by the way. And there's people that are just mad that I point out how flawed the game is, right? And instead of countering my points or singing FGO's praises, they just say, you're stupid, you're dumb, you shouldn't play this game anymore, right? Okay, I know I'm being kind of an ass here, but like that's what they're doing, right? That's what everyone does. Instead of giving a good explanation as to why FGO actually is a good business model, or any of that, it's just, you dumb, shut up, right? It's not very helpful. Now, you know, if this is going to get clipped or if there's a part to watch, this is it. I'll try to get this out of the way at the start and then we can just not talk about this anymore. But what I see a lot of is people wanting to justify the time and the money they put into this game instead of actually being objective about the game and being like, yeah, this business practice is bad. Okay? I'm not interested in that. I don't do that. You know, I've spent, you know, time and money on all kinds of different things in my life, but if those things turn out to be bad, I call them out for being bad, right? This sunken cost fallacy and all this nonsense, it's not worth it, right? You know, I have spent an outrageous amount of time playing FGO, right? But I'm still going to criticize it where it messes up. Now, I'm a Fate fan more so than an FGO fan, right? And I always have been. And I think that's where some of this like friction comes from, is a lot of these whales aren't really Fate fans, and some of them are. You know, I'm not trying to discredit any specific person, and you don't have to be a Fate fan. It's okay to just like FGO, not like the rest of Fate. That's totally fine. But yeah, I'm a Fate fan, not really an FGO fan. So when FGO fucks up, I don't have any like bias to defend it, right? Now, what I want to get to here is me saying that giving them money is a bad idea. I'm not just saying that frivolously, and I'm not saying that to attack anyone that does give them money. You know, Lost in my chat right here has probably given them more money than a lot of these whales that are mad at me, right? And I'm you know, I'm good friends with Lost, right? I only wish good things for Lost. So I don't wish bad things on anybody, even the people that do things that I think are stupid, right? But the thing is, if someone is doing something stupid, you patting their back or giving them a bunch of copium and acting like lying to them, telling them you think what they're doing is good when actually what you think they're doing is bad, that's not doing anyone any favors, right? This is not productive. Now, here's what I want to get to. So Lost, funnily enough, brought to my attention that there's a long-running game series, right, called Yakuza, right? And Yakuza is like got a new game coming out or whatever, and they are locking the New Game Plus feature behind a paywall. You got to spend extra money if you want to have the standard New Game Plus, right, that you have in a lot of games, right? Which is pretty bad, right? Now, there's a huge connection here, and it's kind of what I want to, like, what I'm going to talk about here is kind of, I want to under that umbrella of that company doing that. And another example would be like Diablo 4 when it came out, made it so if you wanted to play the game day one, you had to spend more money. They marketed it as you get to play the game early, but that's not what it was. It was literally play the game just when it comes out, but you have to spend more money, right? And then now they're wanting to, you know, charge like $100 for the expansion or whatever, right? And they wanted to charge, they wanted the special edition to not come with the games. You had to buy the special edition and the game, right? They're pushing the envelope, and games do this all the time with microtransactions, DLC, pre-order bonuses, and now New Game Plus being behind a paywall, right? You give these fucking companies an inch and they will take a mile, right? The decisions the consumers make actually do matter, right? And I have been playing FGO for a long time, and I have watched the development in the publisher and the developer do very greedy things, do very lazy things, try to give us less and less and less, right? And I've watched the player base, a lot of them quit, but the ones that stay pay more and more and more because you have systems like the coin system to get you to get more than NP5. Now here's what I want, right? For my detractors and stuff, you can throw mud at me all you want, that's fine, but I want them to actually address this. Do you think FGO has actually used your money well? The money you're giving them, do you think they're actually respecting it and using it well? Do you, for those, especially those that have played for a long time, do you think that FGO over time has done a better job? They've given you more animation updates. They've given you more content, better gameplay, right? I really want these whales that are mad at me to answer this. Do you really think the game is doing better, right? Because I very much think no. And that's why I stopped doing GSSRs, right? Because I've never been a whale, but I would do the guaranteed, summons once a year or twice a year or however often they did them, right? But I stopped doing those quite a while ago because I was like, this game is not going in a good direction. And the only way to get them to correct course is to make them lose money and then tell them what you actually want, right? That's the only way it's going to happen, because what I've watched over these years is they have been lazier and lazier and lazier, but we still give them money. So why would the dev change? Why would the dev go out there and hire more staff and spend more money? Why would they do that, right? Why would they do things that are going to cost them more money if we're still going to give them money regardless? And here's a great example, right? Jolter right here. Years and years ago, this would be a costume and an animation update, at least, right? Now look at it. And you cannot fucking tell me that this has not been how the game has been going for years now. They've completely stopped doing animation updates. They've completely stopped doing interludes. We got one fucking main story last year, right? We are barely getting anything. And the event format is just the same stuff over and over again. So you can love FGO. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not telling you what game to enjoy. You can love Fate. You can love FGO. You can do that's fine. But you cannot tell me that you actually, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these people really think the game is in a better state than it ever has been. But I think this game is blatantly in a worse state than it's ever been. When the developer has so much money that there is no excuse for this, right? Because what I'm afraid now is what they're going to say is, well, you know, they're in a slump and they don't, you know, they need staff and blah 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 blah. The community has been saying that for years, like so fucking long. When is it going to stop? When are we going to realize that they're not going to hire more staff unless they have to, right? They're not going to cruise correct because you have other games like Arc Knights and such that make significantly less money than this company and put out significantly more content in return and respect your boom for your buck a lot more, right? And it's the same game engine, for crying out loud. And these people getting mad at me, these people trying to discredit me, these are not addressing these points, right? It's okay if you don't like me personally, right? I am an acquired taste at best, right? I understand that. I'm abrasive. I'm not going to try to defend my own character here, right? If you don't like the way I hold myself, that's fine. But the points about the game stand, right? Where are the animation updates? Where are the interludes? Where is the main story? Where are the creative events, right, with interesting gameplay and such? Where is any of this stuff? Why are we just getting farming over and over and over and over and over and over and over, right? With like the absolute bare minimum. Now, if you still enjoy FGO as is, even if you agree that it's worse, but like I'm still having fun, that's fine, right? I'm not telling you have to quit the game, right? You can enjoy whatever you enjoy, right? You're an adult, you can use your time however you like. And like, I still play FGO because I still enjoy some of the boss fights from time to time. I still enjoy some of the advanced quests. I still like the IP. I still like a lot of the characters. Not all of them, but I like a lot of them, right? I still want to see where the story's going to go. So even though I criticize the hell out of this game, I'm not planning on quitting it, right? Because I don't have to play it all the time. I can play other games, and I can play it when it does, you know, it does suit me, right? When it does seem worthwhile, right? But that's really what I want these people that are so... you know, fuck Green, he's just right? Like, I want them to actually address this. Like, do you actually think your money has been well spent? Because, and now to, you know, more of a personal level here, I don't actually wish any of these people ill. I do think it's an irresponsible, bad use of your money to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on a gacha game. I think spending like maybe $100, $200 on it, you know, a year or something is fine, right? And some, you know, like golfing or fishing or whatever. I think that can be fine. But I'm not going to tell people I think it's responsible to, you could have bought a house and you spent it on a mobile game. I am not going to act like that's okay. I am not going to baby your feelings. I don't wish you ill. I don't want you to die. I don't want you to be upset or miserable. I want people to be happy. But because of my life experience and my age, I'm aware of how foolish these things can be and how many people can get caught in these traps. And I advise against it because I actually give at least some degree of a shit here, right? Where I don't think the company does, right? I'm telling people to stop spending an outrageous amount of money on a stupid mobile game because it's an irresponsible use of your money, right? Where the mobile game is not using your money well anyway. They're not giving you back, you know, anything really. And some people, like for example, not to put Lost on the spot, but Lost is a well-off individual, right? Lost has a good bit of money, right? And so he can very much afford to whale on these games, right? Now, I would still say that, you know, spending too much is still irresponsible and there's still just better things you could be doing with it. But he's not screwing himself by doing it, and it's his money, right? I don't get to tell him what to do with his money. He works for it. He gets to do whatever the hell he wants with it. But, you know, I'm not going to lie and act like I think something's responsible that I don't think is responsible. And what I see is a lot of the whales in the community aren't Lost, right? Lost is very well off, right? And he can afford it. A lot of people in the community can't. Now, it's none of my business, and it's none of my, and I don't even know. I don't know which whales are you know, oil princes and which ones aren't. I don't know, and it's none of my business. It is absolutely none of my business. But as a rule of thumb, it is not responsible to be spending thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on mobile games. It's not, any of them. Arc Knights, FGO, doesn't matter what it is. And again, the more money you have, you know, the more liberal you can be with it. And again, it's not my place, but I'm not going to act like I think something is responsible. It's not. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not God, right? You don't have to value my advice here. That's fine. I don't think that I am the, you know, arbiter of human behavior, right? I'm just giving my opinion. And as for like Plushy Mistress, right, who like got all angry at me and stuff out of nowhere and told me to shut up on my own stream. it's my stream, right? Why would I not talk and give my opinion on my stream? This is like breaking into someone's house. So you got like maybe a father talking to his son, talking about sports, right? Which sports teams they like. And then you kick down their door and tell, you shut the fuck up about the Red Sox. Like, what the hell, man? Like, get out of my house. If you don't like my opinion, that is completely okay. But this is my stream, and the whole point of it is for me to give my opinion. It is completely okay if you do not like my opinion or disagree with my opinion, etc., etc. But then either just leave or just voice where you disagree, right? I think that's the reasonable thing to do. If you're like, no, I think the game has used our money well. I think it's good we're not getting animation updates because blah, blah, blah. I have no idea what the reason would be, but you know, maybe they put the effort somewhere else in the game or, you know, whatever. But if you disagree with my points, totally fine, right? But I'm tired of all these people in the community like Otto and Plushie Mistress like trying to go behind my back and bad talk me everywhere but not address anything I say. That's to say, I don't care if they don't like me. I don't care if they disagree with me. That's fine, right? I'm an adult. But I'm tired of people just running my name through the mud, but then they can't actually articulate anything, right? Like, make a damn point. Stop this passive aggressive or this name calling doo-doo, right? If you got something to say it, and we can talk about it, right? Or if you don't want to talk to me, then don't talk about me, right? There you go. It's easy. But yeah, I'm tired of all this name calling and crap, but they're not addressing. Like, why does Jolter look like this? All right, you can dislike me, but what is this? Like, what the fuck is this? This company's out here with its billions, and this is what we're getting? Where's our interludes? Where's our main story? Where's any of this stuff, right? Like, actually address the goddamn point. And I normally don't drop names, but I'm dropping names because they're dropping my name, right? And I'm tired of it, right? I'm just tired of all this passive aggressive bullshit. And again, I don't mean, hey, Danny, I don't mean any of these people ill will. I know I can come across that way. You know, I'm very abrasive. I get it, right? And if that puts you off and you don't want to be my friend, that's fine. I deserve that, right? To an extent, I do. But, you know, stop lying. Stop copium defending this game. Make some actual points. Have some fucking integrity. If you want to address what I'm saying, actually address what I'm saying instead of going na 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 na, right? It's immature, and I just think this whole situation is silly. But anyway, truly, all the people that like really run my name through the mud, like Exnya, I think is how you say it, and Plushie Mistress and Otto and all these people. I don't wish any of these people ill will. I don't want you to be in a car crash. I want things to go great for you. I hope you have a successful future. I hope you're happy. I mean this. I don't want people to be unhappy in life. I hope you enjoy your games, whatever it is. I hope your future goes well, right? I mean this. But the reason why I bring up like spending way too much money in these games is a bad idea is because it's not responsible. You think you talk to any financial advisor, you think they're going to tell you it's financially responsible to spend $100,000 on a mobile game over like a year or something? Of course they're not going to say that's okay. They're not going to say 50,000, 10,000. Of course, it's not responsible behavior, right? And again, the richer you are, the more leeway you have with disposable income, and you can use it how you like. And it's not my money, but I am actually just trying to be responsible and try to give my opinion and be truthful. And especially because there's a lot of my viewers, because no offense, but fuck y'all, the like Exnyas and Plushie Mistresses and all that aren't really my viewers and stuff. And I don't mean that as, you know, if you're not my viewer, you're against me. I don't mean that. I mean, I don't have any responsibility to you, right? I have viewers that I am responsible for, right? I have a lot of viewers I actually give a fuck about, and a lot of them are younger men, and some of them are ladies. But let's be honest, there's like 3 of you. All right, let's not delude ourselves here. It's mostly gentlemen, you know. And for the people that do watch me that are still young and whatnot, I don't want to give them bad advice that I can't stand by, right? I don't want to encourage them to do things that I can't get behind. Now, we can disagree, right? You might think it is responsible to do this and do that, and that's fine. Again, I'm not saying I'm God, but I'm going to give my opinion because it's my stream, right? And I don't want to see my viewers, you know, be influenced by me in a way that I think is negative. And again, maybe I'm wrong. And, you know, these things I think are positive aren't positive, right? But I have to stand by what I think is right. And I think the state of this game is a joke. I think giving the money right now is just going to make the game worse. And look, why do you think they added the coin system? Right? Like, really? Why do people think they added the coin system? We know there's less players than ever, but they're still making more money per player now, right? Because of things like the coin system and whatnot, right? They want you to roll past NP5. NP5 is just not good enough anymore, right? That's why they added it. If you think that's a good thing, I'm probably not going to change your opinion at this point, all right? Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox now. But I know it's hard to accept this, right? That I don't mean ill will to people when I talk the way that I talk and whatnot. But I really do feel that way. I don't want people going out there attacking Plushy, Mistress, or any of these other people, right? I disagree with them massively. And I think the way they've behaved and the way they've talked about me is ridiculous, right? But it's just a video game. All right, guys, it's not actually that important. Fix the coin system. Yeah, I remember them saying that they were going to like do something with it, but I think what they meant by like do something with it is make it so you need even more coins. That interview when they talked about that, that's what I got out of it. Is like, we have to make it so now you need to roll NP like 10, right? Because dude, I saw people happily rolling for like NP8 Morgan and Oberon Vortigern, right? Like, it's just like that's why they did it. That's why they did it. They're just getting more money out of people. And I get it. The company has to make money. I'm not like against, the companies monetizing their product. They put in, that's fine, right? All video games have to make money to sustain themselves. My issue is how they're doing it and how little we're getting, right? I mean, right here on screen. This is where our money's going, right? They can't give Jolter an animation update. And then I'm the bad guy because I say giving this money is irresponsible. I'm the bad guy, right? I think this is such misplaced outrage, right? Like all these whales should be angry at Lizangle and Aniplex and Type Moon, not me, right? I'm just pointing out how dumb this is. You're the one eating the shit salad, okay? Maybe stop eating the shit salad, all right? Like maybe we do this first, all right? Don't shoot the guy next to you that's like, hey, dude, there's shit in your salad. Don't get mad at him. Get mad at the waiter or the chef. That's the one to get mad at. Okay, I swear though, let's get back to the actual video game. You can turn the clip off now. It's scary how coming from the coin system require. Oh, so by the way, it's something my chat told me recently, and Cairo reiterated to me recently. Because I don't mean this to like brag, but I truly don't whale on these games, right? I just don't. I don't want to. I don't feel the need to. When I do spend money on these games, it was like GSSR, right? And that's it. And like for Genshin, I did the monthly pass for a little while. But yeah, I don't buy SQ packs and stuff. So I'm normally pretty out of touch with like the pricing and stuff. But a while ago, I had mentioned like, yeah, it's okay. I think if FGO's your hobby, that's fine. Right? And if you spend some money on your hobby, that's totally fine, right? Just don't spend too much, right? It's like budget yourself. Like I want to spend $100 a year or $200 a year or whatever you think is reasonable, right? That's fine. Just like buying Warhammer models, right? People can spend a lot of money on that, but don't go broke buying Warhammer models, right? Don't spend the amount that a house is worth on buying Warhammer miniatures. Don't do that. Right? But anyway, so I had talked about, it's okay to like, every once in a while spend money on FGO or whatever your hobby is, and like maybe hit the safety net or whatever. And I'd made a comment about, oh, you spend like, 60, 80 bucks or whatever, to hit the safety net. And the people were like, it's way more to hit the safety net than that. And so, but what has been brought to my attention is like, and this is what I'm talking about FGO being a piece of shit. Most of the other games are significantly cheaper to hit the safety net than FGO. And it carries over between banners, right? So if you don't hit it on one banner, you're getting credit towards another. FGO doesn't do this, right? So it is just astronomically unfair, right, to the player compared to all the other games. Like a very significant amount, right? I was looking to the money here, and it's pretty bad. And so this, what I kind of feel like now when I'm talking to these FGO copium defenders, is the unironically, people throw this out on the internet a lot disingenuously. I don't like it, but I'm using it here because I actually think it's applicable. They're like abuse victims, right? FGO is beating the piss out of them, right? And abusing their wallets like no one else. And then I point that out and they're angry at me, right? I am actually shocked at how bad the FGO system is, right? Like how much money, it's bad enough at how expensive the safety net is. But the fact that it doesn't carry over between banners, that is insanity, right? With it costing that much, right? And it not carrying over, that is just ridiculous. This company doesn't respect you. I respect you enough to tell you that, but I'm really was surprised at like just how expensive it is. And because here's the thing, in a lot of other games, if you have maybe spent your free SQ, right? Like maybe you've saved up for months and stuff, and you don't get the thing, at least it carries over, right? So if you missed that safety net, you're eventually going to get another safety net, right? So all that free-to-play currency you just saved up isn't wasted. FGO doesn't do that. It doesn't. If you can't hit that safety net right then and there, or on that banner, you basically wasted it. And that's why they do that on purpose. It's a psychological trick to get you to be like, oh, well, if I don't get the safety net, I wasted that money, so I might as well or wasted that SQ, so I might as well buy SQ so I didn't waste it, right? That is so fucked up. That is manipulative. That is fucked up, right? For freaking Genshin Impact, China's big game, doesn't do that, right? That one doesn't do it, right? But we're gonna defend FGO, right? And again, I'm a huge Fate fan, dude. I love Fate. So if I was gonna be biased, this would be the one to be biased to. But because I like Fate, I'm not gonna do that, right? I am not gonna give them a penny unless they change this shit. Like, not a chance. Like, not even for the Green Knight or anything like that, right? I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, let's fight a character model from day one in our Fate Samurai collab that they are making a bunch of money off of, by the way. This is literally the character model of Ruler, not Avenger, Ruler Jolter from Orleans. It's just recolored, and they swapped the flag out for his spear. Right? That is day one FGO. They couldn't be bothered to give her a fucking animation update and like make this a You know how cool that would have been? Because Jolter's not my favorite character, but I like Jolter. She's cool enough, right? So if this had been a costume, right? Because I like the spear over the flag. That's cool, right? I'll take a spear over a flag. So if we got an animation update for Jolter and this is a costume, sweet, right? That'd be awesome, right? But no, we get just literally day one sprite. Like, are you fucking kidding me here? Oh no, chat, I gotta shut my whore mouth and not talk about FGO apparently. Is there sprite smaller than Hans's? Maybe. I know Hans is, to be fair, Hans is just straight up taller than a lot of people I think realized. He is obviously not super tall or anything, but and Jolter is short, right? Now, older sprites are always shorter than they're supposed to be, generally speaking. I think there might be a few exceptions, but generally old sprites are just smaller than they should be, right? So, yeah, she is probably supposed to be a bit taller than this, especially because she's around Mordred height, and Mordred is quite small, so that's not great. Yeah, it's got the bobblehead sprite and all that good stuff. Not much reason to NP here. I guess I'll make stars. I'm sure someone feels that way, that I'm not spending enough money to know what I'm talking about. It's like, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't buy 30 cars, right? Like, you got your son like just buying cars over and over again when they don't need them. Like, yeah, that's not. It's like you really do have like these musicians, right? That'll make it big, or NFL players, right? That'll make a bunch of money and then use that money really poorly, right? You don't have to be an NFL player to say, yeah, maybe buying 3 mansions, not a good use of your money. This is gonna come off really mean, and I don't mean it that way. But I truly think a lot of the FGO community now that's like vocal, right? Obviously there's a lot of silent majority people still, of course. But when it comes to the people that talk on Twitter, Discord, make YouTube videos, whatever it is, and not all of them, of course, I'm generalizing here. But I think a lot of the ones that are left are fucking delusional. I really mean it, like, because they're the ones that are willing to put up with how horrible this is and not say anything, right? And so a lot of the people that are left are delusional and they don't want their delusion to be broken, right? Or they don't want to make their community angry, right? They realize that FGO's in a bad state, but they don't want to rock the boat. And fair enough, that's they don't want to, have people angry at them and stuff. I understand that. People want to avoid conflict and stuff. I get that. But there definitely are some creators that I think are aware that the game is really in a dumb spot and is treating them badly, but they don't really want to bring it up because they know their viewers are on copium, right? All the people watching them are on copium and they don't want to rock the boat. But I don't give a fuck, right? So I'm gonna rock the boat as much as I want. And again, I like Fate. I want FGO to be good. I say all of these things because I want FGO to be good. Because when I do enjoy FGO, I really enjoy it, man. Like when we got to fight Zeus and stuff, I had such a great time. And we have a good challenge quest I love, like Tesla Fest, Nero Fest, Skill Fest. So it's great times. It's so much fun doing that kind of stuff. Hell, just doing something like doing that advanced quest, right? With BB and all the rotating servants and stuff. I had a really fun time playing that, right? I enjoyed doing that. So I still get a lot of joy out of this game, but it's insanity, right? Like it's just crazy how the game is run. I would love nothing more than for FGO to be run well and to give us lots of new content, lots of animation updates, cool game modes, give us a roguelike like Arknights has. I would love that. That's what I want. I want the game to be good. I want it to be awesome. I want those things, right? But we're never gonna get like a really in-depth, deep roguelike that like Arknights has in FGO as long as the community behaves this way. At best we're gonna get some shallow piece of shit that's really phoned in. But we probably can't even get that. But yeah, I think a lot of people have a difficult time, and I want to at least have some kind of understanding here, right? It's probably hard for some people, right? It's hard to like something and criticize it. I think for some people that is very difficult. It's not hard for me, but I think for some people it's very difficult. They want to either agree with all of it or disagree with all of it, right? I think a lot of people are like that. And so a lot of the people, though, that are left in FGO, they don't want to, point to any fault. They don't want to... And I think they feel like, and I'm not a psychologist, but I definitely see this in the behavior of a lot of people where it's like they've spent so much money on this game that they don't want to admit that the game is bad because then it's like admitting that they used their money poorly. But there's no point in digging yourself a even deeper a hole, right? If you have made a mistake, you don't want to keep making a bigger mistake. Yeah, it's like a sunken cost fallacy to an extent, right? It's just foolish, right? It's just foolish. You're not helping anybody. And I don't know about other people, but like I for one am not gonna be all na if a whale comes out and is like, yeah, I should probably stop spending so much money on this game. This game's not run very well, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna say told you so. I'm not gonna do that. All right, good for them, right? I don't think there's any like shame here, but like if anything, I think when you just keep digging your own grave, that's where it's like embarrassing to watch people do that. But okay, so I don't want to die to getting one shot here. Mordred's not exactly a great solo unit with the lack of survivability. I kind of need to do my defense up, but I'm gonna whiff the battery if I do that. I should have given her a gut CE. That would have definitely helped. But yeah, I think a good comparison really is Warhammer, miniatures and stuff. It's fine for that to be your hobby. I'm not saying you have to be free to play and rob the store to try to get miniatures. I'm not saying that. Of course you can buy miniatures if you like Warhammer, right? But do it in moderation, for God's sake. And then also, when let's say you like models. I think models maybe is a better comparison because there's many types of models from different companies and whatnot. Although I guess there's different games like Warhammer, isn't there? There's other like tabletop games, right, with like miniatures and stuff. But like for example, if your hobby is miniatures or models or what, forgive me, I don't really know that much about Warhammer miniatures, so I may be saying some stupid shit. But if your hobby card games, there we go. All right, that's much better. Actually, really good comparison because with miniatures, there's no RNG in it, right? You know what miniatures you're buying. Card games is there's a lot of randomness. They're buying packs and stuff. So there we go. Very, very good comparison. Yeah, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, etc., etc. So let's say your passion is card games, and plenty of people it is. Let's say one of the companies, let's say Yu-Gi-Oh, because I think this is pretty accurate. Let's say Yu-Gi-Oh is doing a really bad job of running the game and doing really greedy stuff, and again, because they're not using your money well. They're trying to get money out of you like crazy, but then they're not doing good things for the game with it, right? You should probably stop giving them money until they change that behavior and play one of the other card games, right? And you could still play Yu-Gi-Oh, but don't spend so much fucking money on it. And even if Yu-Gi-Oh is being really good with the game and everything, and you like the way that they're spending the money and all that stuff, you should still be budgeting yourself responsibly, right? Right, you should still look at okay, how much money do I want to spend on my hobbies a year, and make sure you're staying within that. Right? Don't buy a house in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like I mean this, chat. Like, because I have invested in land throughout my life, and I've done this to like be responsible, right? And a lot of people, and this breaks my heart, dude. I'm not happy about this. I have seen a lot of young men go from like their teens to their like 20s and sometimes their 30s and stuff. And this entire time, they have used their money so irrationally and irresponsibly that when they get older, they really regret it, right? Because they could have they could have enjoyed their hobby or whatever it is, but then still put money aside for a house or land or something like that, right? And I don't want to see that happen to a lot of people. And again, I know some of the whales are like oil princes and whatnot, and it's different. But a lot of the people in like the FGO community aren't that. They're not, right? And I truly do not want people spending more than they should. Again, I'm not saying don't spend money on your hobby. Life is really boring if you don't do anything fun, right? And if you've got like a huge passion for card games, I am not telling you to never buy cards. I am not saying that. But do not spend way too much on cards, and especially if the company is running, is just dragging you, right? Don't do that, right? Like, Jesus. And it's the same with gacha games. I think card games and gacha games have a lot of in common, actually. Like, very much so. They're extremely similar. I guess I have to do my defense up here. I think I'm just so likely to die if I don't. I think I'm gonna have to, if I want to do this with Mordred, I think I'm gonna need guts. I mean, I should break here. I'll do my Buster up just to be sure, but then I only use one Buster card. That way I can save it, the crit. Aniplex, it really does bother me, man. Which is Sony. Aniplex is an arm of Sony. They've always had really bad business. Like, Jesus Christ. Like K&K back in the day when they put it out, it cost like $600. They do so much scummy shit like that. And Type Moon ain't really any. Oh, she quick charged. And then he did offensive buff removal. Well, at least the NP was the extra attack, but I just lost all of my damage there. Well, that's rough. I need to face tank like one more turn and then do invulnerability. I can definitely break here. Just don't. You know what? I guess I invulnerability now. We'll do. I don't have my Buster up, so I should probably do 2 Buster attacks here. Boy, command codes would really help right now. That's, oh no, man, all set up. We had invulnerability, right, to take one more turn, and then we could see like an NP Buster if it was enough to finish. That sucks that yeah, no fun. Like, man, we were actually, it was gonna be like a good fight, but come down to the wire, but nope, never mind. That'd have been cool to do with Ku too. I might have made that a video if it didn't end early like that. Like doing it at neutral would be really tough. Ku's really good there though because debuff clear. Chat, I know it's unlikely, but it would be cool if Jalter actually did get an animation update and they're just hiding it. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Like, if that was a thing, they would have shown that off here. This seems like the big fight with Jalter. She's, probably her main showing here. So if they were going to do that, I think now is the time. Hey, preset teams. Blech. This background looks like someone jizzed wax all over the building here. It's kind of odd. Hey, look, it's the masters that are servants instead of actually adding the servants to the game. Remember Samson? It was pretty cool. That'd have been nice to have in the Fate Samurai collab. This just isn't a Fate Samurai collab. This is just an excuse to do more weeb stuff. And obviously, there's a lot of weeb stuff in Fate Samurai, and that's fine. But they just ignored everything that was like from Fate Samurai. Except for like, very specific stuff that they could change to, fit what they needed, like making her a servant and doing a very different version of Raiko that's not actually from Fate Samurai. He's like the only thing from Fate Samurai we got, really. And I guess we got the Saber, but they were before the event, though. Which is fine. I mean, that's not a problem, but all right, so I guess we're still not actually, I guess we can NP now. We just can't. Like the second they don't want us to battery or whatever. At least I would hope so, otherwise this is going to be annoying. Yeah, this is like a giant ghost where they don't want to put him in the game because they can't be bothered to make character models anymore. I mean, they've always been like that to an extent, but man, they're so bad about it now. I mean, Jalter, case in point. I do think his animations are pretty good, though. I think they did put more effort into his attacks than they normally do for welfares, and that's nice. The only thing I don't really like is his NP. The NP is pretty lazy, but the rest of his moveset I think is pretty fun, which is nice to see. It's pretty rare that I like welfare animations, but yeah, they did a decent job with him. His chest maybe could move a little bit more. Like, it is pretty stiff. They didn't want to draw it from like the side, apparently. That's like the one thing. They really don't want you to NP until like the last health bar, I'm guessing. It's this shtick here. These arms look like bacon on this guy? I guess kind of. Yeah, no, now that you say that, yeah, with the hand, yeah, that does look like bacon. Okay. Yeah, they kind of contrived this to make it so you couldn't NP until the end here. Unless she can battery someone else. I don't think she can. Alright, well, he dead. Although he's got Buster Resist, I guess we'll see. Yeah, the NP is the look, that sprite, man, that just doesn't, the ending looks pretty bad. That's the only complaint I would say. And then maybe his chest, not rotating isn't so good, but They always gotta cut corners on welfares one way or the other, but at least the other attacks are decent, because some of the welfares out there, man, they got NPs that are like bad like that, and then their attack animations are also really bad, so... Yeah, I think Kojiro's does look better, honestly. Like, that sprite at the end really does take away from it. And like the way it sizes the enemy and stuff, it doesn't really work for me. Yeah, Ares, I feel so bad for fans of that character. They really did that character dirty. Dude, like she breaks her knee like in almost all of her attacks because they didn't want to reanimate her leg, and they try to like, cover it in particle effects so you don't notice, but it's still pretty obvious that like she's twisting her leg like really badly like all the time. That her NP is pretty bad. Guessing Raiko is going to be the big fight at the end. Or some other monstrosity that we haven't seen yet, I would imagine. Please, no more 5 AP bullshit filler stages. Okay, that's a free quest, which we're probably going to have to do for, like, missions and whatnot. Alright, that unlocked on the 22nd. It's the 23rd, so we just have to do, like, a mission or something to get that. We're not actually caught up yet. I am really behind on this event. It was just really hard. You have to pet the dog. Wait, really? I mean, that's a cat. I feel like chat is trolling me here. There's no dog here, chat. There's just a cat. This no dog. It's real, man. Pet the cat, then? Oh my god, that really is a thing. But why is chat calling it a dog? Wow, you actually have to do this. Why was chat calling it a dog, though? Like, what the hell? Is there a dog later? There's a dog too? Wait a minute. There was a dog? Oh, there we go. I guess they only show up sometimes. Okay, I'm way more okay with the dog. Wait, it doesn't count though. Now this is just bullshit. This is just bullshit. This was made by a cat person. Absolute blasphemy. All these meow emotes. We really need some dog emotes. I mean, I guess there's the Twitch one, but I need to look around for that. Most of my relatives and friends and stuff are cat people. I have some friends that are dog people, but I'm surrounded by cat people. It's ridiculous. I'm allergic to cats too. I'm allergic to dogs actually as well. But it's less bad with dogs, and you know, it's not the end of the world, I guess. I'm not like deathly allergic or anything, but I will say Deia's hair is pretty weird in Genshin. Like, because aren't cat people actually a thing in Genshin, but none of them are playable, and they just keep making characters that have like hair that looks like cat ears because they're like afraid to actually put in a cat person or something. It's kind of weird. I don't get why that's a thing. I don't think anyone would actually... I don't know, maybe in China it's a thing. I don't know. Like, isn't there that village that's like all animal people or something? I don't even know who that is. Sounds like Kiara, though, which that's not a good start. Pretty out of the loop with Genshin. Well, rip Kid Gil. Oh, farming. The worst content ever, but there's people out there acting like this is just like the pinnacle of FGO is optimizing farming. It just sounds like copium to me. Yeah, I know Diana, whatever the fuck her name is, I forget, but I know that one. Diona, that's it. But I don't know the other one. We'll probably have to do that stage a few times. We'll see here. I will say though, the 90 plus stages I do enjoy. Now I don't enjoy doing them 10,000 times, but you know, normally doing the, you know, messing around with the final free quest, it is fun. I do like that. It's not, you know, a massive positive point for the game for me. And you know, once you do it a few times and, you know, figure it out, then I don't really care anymore. I don't need to do the same thing 10 trillion times, but you know, there's been some fun free quests that make you get kind of creative with how you approach it and stuff, and that's nice. Yeah, they're always time locked. That is a thing. FGO is pretty obsessed with time locking things. It's because there's so little substance in the events, so they need to drag it out. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is what it is. Yes, if you're wanting to 3-turn those stages and you don't maybe have a really optimal account, right? It can be kind of frustrating. I think it's still fun though the first few times. Like even if you have to 5-turn it or something, I think figuring out how to best do it is still fun. But then yeah, if you have to do it over and over and over, that can definitely get, you know, not great. But it's not great even if you're 3-turning it. You know, anytime you do something that repetitive, like, it's gonna lose its luster. My Arash is silver. I'll probably get him gold someday. I like Arash's character a lot, and I like his voice actor a lot. So I probably will get him to gold at some point. He does really well at silver, though. It's 1 grail for 10 levels, right? It's pretty sick. Also, okay, so Gilgamesh pulls gold off really well, okay? Like, I think if Gilgamesh's design was silver instead of gold, it would not look better. Same for, like, bronze instead of gold. Gold really works there. But as a rule, so that's an exception, though, because as a rule of thumb for me, I really think bronze and silver look better. I just think they do. Yeah, like silver border and, you know, bronze border is pretty sick, man. But yeah, there are things that gold looks really good on. Like obviously Gil really pulls gold off. You know, if his armor was silver, I don't think that'd be as good. Saber Nero, thank you for the 69 months. How goes the FGO? People suffering this game? Well, you missed like my big drama rant at the start there. You can watch the VOD though, I guess, if you want to. But kind of past that now. Moving on with our lives. But thank you, dude. 69 months. Heck, sure someone's gonna say nice. Actually, no, they probably wouldn't have said nice if I didn't bring attention to it. I didn't even realize at the time. Now they're gonna say it. There you go. Thank goodness Angra's border doesn't change. That would be the worst if it became gold. Although they should make it optional, right? They can go in the profile, have a toggle. Hell, why isn't that a thing already? For everybody, right? Why can't you set the border color, right, in the profile? That wouldn't be very hard to do. That'd be nice. Because yeah, maybe you like Angra being gold, or you want, you know, bronze or whatever. I would make a lot of mine bronze. I'd probably keep Ku silver just to kind of, you know, he's like the 3-star, right? So I think that'd be fitting. But yeah, that'd be cool. I really do wish, though, they would fucking hire people. It's just the whole problem with this game. Well, you can't just hire people. You have to hire good people, but that does start with hiring in the first place. But yeah, when they do hire, they always hire college kids. It's very silly. All right, 69 again. Man, the anime that this song is from is dead because of Sword Art Online. It was like made by the same writer, and it pretty much just died because Sword Art Online blew up. Had a pretty good soundtrack though. The Excel World, that's the one. But yeah, it's got some good music. It wasn't like an anime I super liked, but I really liked one of the antagonists. I think it's like Yellow Radio or something like that. He was awesome because they kind of just set him up as like a backline trickster that like manipulates things from the shadows, you know, doesn't fight for himself and that kind of thing. And he had this big like, you know, story arc where that's what he was doing, right? And they finally at the end like catch him, right? And he's and they like got him, but then he can actually fight like a beast, right? It's amazing. I thought that was so awesome. He had a really cool voice actor and everything, so that was really cool. That's like the thing I always remember the most about that anime was just that bad guy that they kind of set up as like, oh, he can't really fight like the other big shots can fight, but then oh wait, yes he can. I fucking loved that. But yeah, it was kind of like techy Sword Art Online and a less weird, I guess. But I don't remember it that well, to be honest. I just remember it was more like, it wasn't like fantasy, right? It was more, I guess, tech or something. But yeah, that IP completely died because of Sword Art Online. Oh man, she changed clothes! Either that or it's like a mirror version, bad guy, whatever. Like, you had Testament and all that with Ilya. That was a very necessary scene right there. Chat, I'm just gonna say it. I had more fun yesterday doing advanced quests than this, but I mean, we'll see. I almost had fun fighting Jolter there, but and if it had been a real fight, I was gonna do it at class neutral. But then you're like, oh no, you don't have to do the final health bar. Right when it was getting good. I do love me some piano. This is from Rusty Hearts, which is a game that got shut down, but the devs posted all the music for free before they shut down, which was really nice of them. Had a great soundtrack. I don't even know why it had such a good soundtrack. It was a fairly low budget game from what I understand, but it has a pretty killer soundtrack. I do love piano. I love a lot of instruments though. I don't know if I even have a favorite. Like, there's real artistry in all of them. Like, drums get a lot of hate, but dude, you listen to like Neil Peart. Holy fuck, man. I mean, drums are amazing, right? The thing about drums is a lot of people just don't use them that well, right? They don't try to use them as like a leading instrument. But when you listen to a drummer that knows how to use drums as a leading or a supporting instrument, they're fucking incredible, dude. But yeah, I love all this stuff. I will say violin I'm very picky about though, because if violin is kind of used generically, it can sound very whiny, and I don't like it. But when violin is used well, it's fucking great. Violin can be so good. Like strings, brass, all of it. I love so many. And modern stuff, you know, electric guitar, all that's so great. It's really just about how it's used. Bass is pretty underappreciated too. I would actually say bass is probably more under the radar than drums, and especially because drums had like Neil Peart, right, that really like popularized, oh hey, drums don't have to just be a backline thing all the time. Bass doesn't really have that as much, but bass is awesome, man. When you hear a bass actually allowed to be in the forefront, it can be pretty sweet. But yeah, I love all that stuff. Even some of the like less popular instruments, you know, you don't see in the mainstream can be really awesome. Hell, a kazoo can be awesome, like absolutely. And now we have like clapping here, for God's sakes. And in keyboard again. I will say piano is very good at being a mainline instrument though. Like it's just like what it does. Now again, every instrument can do it, but yeah, piano really, it's such a good instrument for like being a solo or almost a solo in a song and stuff like that. Can I Chin Gong here? I'm going to try. I don't know what we're fighting though. Where is our boy? God, I love Chin Gong though. It's not just the gameplay, dude. Like his profile and everything. I love him to death. Like this is a good example of why I still play FGO. It's like you do have characters like Chen that I love them so much. And then we have fights like Zeus and Fluffy and you know, challenge quests here and there and stuff. You know, there's a lot of aspects of it. And the music, man, the FGO's got some great soundtrack. Like really good stuff. I really do get tired, man. This actually, I don't know if I wouldn't say it bothers me. I mean, I don't like lose sleep over it, but I guess it saddens me. It's like I have a lot of people these days like just coming up to me and saying, "Shut the fuck up and just stop playing FGO." Like they're the arbiters of like if I should play this game or not, or if I think it's worth my time or not. It's like, yeah, there's some huge things about it that I criticize and that I really dislike. I mean, truly, I hate the direction this game is going in. It's really sad. But you know, I love the fights like Fluffy and Zeus. And you know, when there's new main story and when they do get characters like Chin Gong, and I love that stuff, right? So of course I'm not gonna quit because I enjoy that stuff regardless of the shit. But yeah, I have a lot of people like just that's all they can say, like, well, you should just quit if you hate it so much, right? There's so much of that. Yeah, Ort, oh man, I do wish though Ort was just more bars, right? You needed more break bars, so you really got pushed. Or like a hard mode you could do after the fact, like for fun, you know, that'd be cool. People do prefer echo chambers. That's not unique to FGO, or that is how a lot of people are. And okay, to an extent, it's fine, but you don't want to always be in an echo chamber. So for example, you know, it's sometimes you want to be in a comfortable environment where you don't want to be confronted all the time. You don't want to be confronted or arguing 24/7. Of course not. Like, of course not. Right? So of course, to an extent, people's inner circle and whatnot is going to be similar to them, right? Like most of my friends like Armored Core, right? I mean, it just happens, right? Because, you know, you attract people of similar mindsets, right? But the problem is when you go so far out of your way to never confront conflicting viewpoints and things like that, or when you get offended by them. That's what really bothers me, is when people like, they can't, anything they disagree with. You see this with politics a lot, but this definitely happens in FGO and everything else, where if someone has a different opinion than you have to like character assassinate them, right? Because you don't, and it's a sign of weakness though. It's a sign that you can't confront the argument, and that, you know, you're trying to tear them down and get rid of them through, oh, well, they're just an asshole or whatever it is. And even if they are an asshole, that doesn't make them wrong. That's the thing. It's like the ideas stand regardless. Because sometimes I'll see people, you'll see this in politics, you'll see this in FGO, you'll see this in Twitter drama, you know, you name it, where someone will say like, well, you're only parodying that. Not parody, but parrot, you know, parrot, like a bird. This is like a common insult that someone is being a parrot, as in they're repeating something they've heard without understanding it, right? This is a very common insult online. But even if someone is doing that, you are not defeating the idea, right? Now, they may not understand the idea that they're spewing, and they may be right or wrong with it, but you are not defeating the idea by just saying that they're being a parrot, right? You're not doing that, right? They might be being a parrot, which is a bad thing, I would say, for the most part, right? So you may be correct in that, you know, they should, you know, think for themselves, but you're not actually defeating the idea that's being put forth, right? And I just, you see that a lot, where it's all just, everyone's a chicken shit these days. That's kind of how I feel. It's kind of like Elden Ring, right? All the hosts just run away. No one wants to actually fight. Everyone tries to cheat. and invaders, you know, want an unfair advantage or the item dupe and all this stuff, right? Everyone's just a goddamn pussy these days, and like they have no thick skin, right? And it's unfortunate because a lot of times how you improve as a person and how you know, refine your opinion is through hearing people that disagree with you, right? It just is what it is. And that's why I'm kind of disappointed with the people that are mad at me. It's fine to be mad at me, but like they're not making a point. They're not articulating anything. I can't chew on anything here. They're just saying, you're stupid, shut up. What the fuck am I gonna get out of that? Right? Like, if you think, you know, FGO maybe is you know, better than I'm giving it credit for, or is using the money better than I give it credit for, you know, give me something to chew on here. But yeah, they don't do that. You know, you're poo-poo and you're dumb, right? Like, yeah, that helps. All right, let's just see if this works. It probably won't. They really have been trying hard to not let you chin gong like this. But I'll give it a go here. Oh, come on, game. Why isn't this a cutscene? This is the thing. All the times they make you do this, why isn't it just a goddamn cutscene? Right? Like, why can't this be a cutscene? Why do I have to, you know, use all these units that I don't want to use, right? It defeats the why did I grail my coup to 120 if I don't get to use them? Right? That's like Lost Belt 6, and you just constantly don't have control over your team. You know, I don't mind it so much. I don't like it, but I don't mind it when it's like one character, right? Like Castoria and Fluffy or something, right? Because the balance around it, and you know, okay, right? It's not my preferable type of content, right? I'd rather you balance around, you know, not specifically having a story support or whatever, and just, you know, like rebalance the fight for that. But if you're gonna do it, at least do it to a minimum like that, right? I don't like when they're just so much of the team you don't have control over. Well, there's not much point in trying to chin gong here if there's this much nonsense. I don't know, Hans, I guess. That's another character I should grail to at least be silver, just to like rep that I like him. I've been trying to do that. Like I grailed Babbage and stuff because I've got Babbage on 100 on an ult account, so I don't really need him grailed over here. But I really like Babbage, so I grailed him once just to kind of show off that. And then also, what my goal is, a lot of the like low stars that I really like and that are good, I kind of want them to be 75 so I can find them easier. I'm serious, right? Like if Robin is 75, Bedivere is 75. You know, David 70, all the like staples are all 75. I can find them easier because this UI is that bad. I'm unironically working towards that slowly. But then, you know, as well, it's nice to be able to like show off that, you know, I like Babbage and stuff, so he gets a grail. And like 75 is not like strong enough to really impact, like, you know, if it works or not. So it works. I guess I could do 71, but that just feels weird, right? I'm one of those, and I like if it like an Elden Ring, if it's really optimal for me to keep a character at like level, you know, 88 or whatever, I'll do it. But I do enjoy the like, you know, stopping at level 100 or stopping at 95 or 80. You know, I do kind of feel that. It's not the end of the world though. But yeah, everyone being 71 would kind of irk me. I'd be kind of like, this doesn't feel clean, right? Like you have like an army of 71s. Man, you get a lot of weird comments like, why the fuck does he have so many level 71s? Because like 75, they'll just be like, oh, I guess he didn't grail them that much, right? That's what they're probably gonna think. I guess that'd be funny though. It would be like a fun just shtick where you have like a bunch of characters at 71. That would be kind of cool actually, now that I think about it. It's too late now though. I already did Babbage in 100 phase, but that is kind of funny. All right, I guess they're gonna make Sabers good here, I would think. But maybe bring up Berserker or something. Good old Darius. I really am thinking about 120ing Darius. I love the big green man, dude. He's cool. And he does have a very vanilla toolkit. That's the thing. It's very vanilla, right? It's decent, right? It's okay. But because it's so vanilla, he could use the little extra, you know, oomph. You know what? I'll just give him K-Scope. Why not? And then we'll do like I mean, there's always MASH. You know what? A VC Brawn. You never know. It could be good. Go with something kind of generic here. I miss AU so much. I miss interludes and all that a lot too, but like I really miss animation updates. That really has lowered my enjoyment of FGO. That's probably one of the biggest hits that we've had. And that's kind of why I just cannot stand all these people, you know, acting like FGO can do no wrong, dude. It's just like, you gotta be kidding me. And I know deep down they're not happy either. They're not happy about the no animation updates and the no interludes and how little main story we've got. There's no way these people think that stuff is good. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, this whole time, during the years that they did animation updates, I was just like so excited, like, you know, Billy's gonna get it someday, Darius, Mozart, Shakespeare, you know, and Protoku, and I was just so excited for those, man. And then now those ones never got any, you know, Blood Axe and stuff. They never got it. You know, all these other ones happened to, right? And Sanson, right? None of them ever got it. And now it's like, you know, are they ever going to? So AoE would be good here. I'm guessing they're going to summon more and more Shadow Servants because you can tell there's space for other servants here. So AoE would be really good here. Probably like every what are they called? Like roaming servants or whatever. By the way, in Samurai Remnant, because they want to make sure those servants like can be defeated, right, by whoever, but then they're not disgracing them, they just made it so like lore, yeah, rogue servant. They made it lore-wise that they're weaker, which I mean makes sense anyway if they don't have a proper summoning and master and all that. But you know, that way they can have, you know, Bob kill Arjuna or something if need be. Guess we'll smack them. Oh, Hans. Bob could solo Herc. Oh man, I almost broke there. Probably should have put more buffs out. Like done Hans's crit up. Now, she's AoE, but that's a archer. Hopefully that'll break everything. Alright, chat, this is fun to do every once in a while. What's your favorite character in Fate? Doesn't even have to be an FGO. Doesn't have to be a servant. I figure most of these will be servants, but we'll see here. Caesar, wow, that's I respect it, but that's rare. I got some variety here. Got some melts, some sabers, some gills, right? Caneth, is that even true? I'm not. I question if that's actually true. I love Caneth's voice actor though, dude. He really is an enjoyable character because of that. Daybit, wow, that's a very rare one. Got Ash, quite a few Bazets actually. Kojiro, I respect that. Fate Strange Fake Jack, nice. Herc, oh man, that's a tough one. God, they're so fucking lazy, dude. Obviously, it's like Gil and Ku for me, but there's a lot of characters I really like Sissy Go and Mordred, VC Braun, Achilles. This is fine. We do it again. Oh man, Lee gets a break bar. Ain't they fancy? Does she do 45k? If so, I should save Darius. Don't fail me now. Dude, I truly am annoyed by the anime cutting all of the VC Bronze stuff, dude. Like, I really like VC Bronze as a character, but the anime just butchered him. It sucks, man. I remember when they announced the APOC anime, right? And like the just initial trailer came out that they were making it. The thing I was looking forward to the most was the VC Bron, and just all of his cool characterization and like the build up to the Adam fight scene. And then they butchered it. They butchered the Adam fight scene. They butchered Adam. They butchered a VC Bron. And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. But that was the #1 thing I was looking forward to. And then probably Mordred, right? Mordred's awesome, but it was not to be, I suppose. Now, Darius, I know we didn't really buff you here, but if you could do 56k, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm worried about Fate Strange Fake, because I'm worried they're gonna pretty much do the same kind of stuff in Fate Strange Fake, and they already kind of did, right? I'm hoping this is just because it was a movie and they wanted the pacing and they wanted to make sure the Gil fight was in the first, episode. But they butchered Zealot and her master. If you read just that scene, right? If you want to know what I'm talking about, just look up the book. Just find the scene with Zealot and her master and like that stuff. And then compare it to the anime, man, they fucking butchered it. They don't explain like the motivations and stuff at all. Zip. So yeah, maybe they'll do it later, right? Like it's fixable, but I am worried that they're gonna kind of, gloss over a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's what I said. They should not. The Zealot stuff should not have been in episode 1 at all, if they don't have time. Because here's the thing. Gilgamesh and Enkidu's fight should not have been in episode 1. It shouldn't. But they kind of forced it in there because they wanted to have a climax, right? They wanted to like have something to like hook people, right? And that's fine. So, but if you're gonna accelerate putting that fight scene in, they should have just. They do this in Fate Strange Fake anyway. They should have just kind of showed it a bit out of order, right? Show that, and then in episode 2, kind of show before that, right, with Zealot and stuff, and really dig into that, like, and give it its proper screen time. But yeah, I'm worried that they're gonna do a lot of that. It's just bad adaptation, right? Not thinking outside the box and how to like have your cake and eat it too. They mostly explained Pale Rider later anyway, off memory. I have to check. It's been a while since I've read the book. It was more fresh in my mind, like the Zealot stuff. So I should go back and look at that part too. Okay, we got I guess is this a Lost Belt tree gone wrong or something? What the fuck? I know there's like some tie-ins with the ordeal calls that they're doing just to kind of like act like ordeal calls aren't filler or something. Yeah, it's a tree. You got it, chat. The Master of Raiko is the Count? Are you serious? Oh god. I actually have 6 of these now because I got one as a drop. Chat, I don't even know who this is. I guess they're from Fate Samurai Remnant. They must be like an NPC or a master or something. I saw all the masters and stuff, but I forgot. Oh, little sister of the MC. Yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck about that. But yeah, I don't actually remember all the masters' designs. I'm not gonna lie. Man, I still haven't beaten some of the missions for some of these. Let's see how many they make you do here. I got a 5 AP one. Get that out of the way here. Bite the bullet. Oh, yeah, I should take the drama out of my title now. We already addressed that, and I don't want to, like, clickbait people. Alright, I guess we'll just Edmund it. Honestly, I doubt this is anything special. I love that Kirby emote. It's so good. As is that other Kirby emote there. They're both good. Oh, wow. This is some meaningful content. Like, I guess if you were out of Fuyuki, even out of Fuyuki though, your friend support is gonna kill this so easily. Now, if there was no friend support and you were like out of Fuyuki, this could be tough. But yeah, that's not the case. Any other buffers? Just cause? Not really. Why not actually one shot here? And I've got no crits. Dude, every time I've done Shadow Herc on a new account where I intentionally don't level up a lot, he actually is pretty fun. It's a shame that they never did that again. Also, he should have been replayable. I actually stand by this. Every Singularity should have a challenge quest after you beat it that's replayable. And the Fuyuki one should have been Shadow Herc. And they should have just done stuff like that for every story and just make that replayable. That'd have been awesome. And we should still have story replay, but... yeah, they don't do creative stuff like that anymore. That's again, that's why I'm so annoyed with this game. They're so uncreative. They're so unpassionate. They're just so fucking lazy and copy paste. You know, they used to do... remember you had the Ibaraki stage in Babylonia when you beat it? And, you know, they used to do events like the Edmund... dude, the Edmund event was so unique, right? And like Tesla Fest and Nero Fest and all that. They don't do stuff like that. They don't do anything creative. I know we've got some main story I can do, but I know we're gonna get gated by not doing this stuff, so I figured get this out of the way first. Get it down. Oh yeah, Asterios and Uriel, yep. Also should have been replayable forever. I mean, not a lot of interludes are worth replaying, but there are some, you know, like Gills and stuff like that. And others. I'd have to look them up though. It's hard to remember which ones are actually worth a damn. You got like the Tristan one, which I love. Dude, that Tristan one is so bad. I wonder if they've rewritten it any, because I know they sometimes do that. But and we know this. This is not an opinion. This is a fact. Lost Belt 6 originally was going to be a lot more classical Camelot, right? And it was going to be regular Morgan and stuff like that. And you can tell because like the early days when they were kind of hinting at it, you could kind of see that's what they were pointing at. And then later on, they kind of changed their minds and you know shifted it to be more wacky. But during that period of them planning on using regular Morgan, you know, they had that stuff with Tristan's interlude, which now makes absolutely no sense, right? Because that wasn't just implying regular Morgan, but that was regular Morgan outside of like the Lost Spell, right? Like in Chaldia or something, you know, doing some funky stuff, like in the Camelot Singularity, the leftover Camelot Singularity, and stuff like that. But now that regular Morgan, you know, isn't really going to be used, that plot point is just dead. So, like, why was it there, right? It's just bad planning, dude. And there's a lot of stuff like that in FGO. It's very sloppy. Dude, Ku has got a contradictory bio. Because it says he can't use runes, but then he uses his runes. So, like, what the hell? Like, they're trying to say... because in the early... they did this a lot in the early days of FGO. That a lot of servants couldn't be summoned properly by Chaldia and stuff. So like they're weaker. And Ku was one of those. And it was kind of, they weren't really clear about why Ku was messed up in Chaldia. Like maybe it was because of Caster Ku, or maybe it was because they weren't clear about it. And they got an interlude about it, for God's sakes. Where Scath is like, why the fuck is your, you know, Saint graph so messed up? And they don't give you a conclusive answer. And they've completely dropped that plot point. And it doesn't even make sense because they say that, like, he can't use his runes like normal, like in Fate Stay Night and stuff like that. But it says that in his bio, and it says that in the interlude and stuff. But he uses them. So it's like, what is happening? Right? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like in his animations, he uses them, and one of his skill names now is named after one of his runes. So it's like, it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Karna and Herc are like that. They haven't really contradicted that too much, so that hasn't been as much of a problem. But yeah, it's weird, man. FGO stuff. I would love some regular Camelot stuff. I would love that. Maybe someday, but yeah, Nasu really, they said it in an interview, they don't really like doing normal stuff anymore. Some of the other writers do, but I don't think they're gonna let the other writers touch Camelot stuff, so I think it's all gonna be weird shit from now on when it comes to Camelot. A sad fate. I don't think it's the Master's fault as to why Herc is weak. I don't think that's what they said. It's Chaldia fault. Like Chaldia can't summon him properly, if I remember correctly. And I might be wrong. I haven't read that interlude in like forever, so. But yeah, off memory, it's Chaldia. It's not capable. The thing is, it doesn't make sense because, okay, it's fine to say that Chaldia is not a good enough summoning system to summon Hercules at his best. That's fine. Right? He doesn't have God Hand. Until this day, like right now, Hercules canonically in FGO doesn't have God Hand. He doesn't. And they've really not contradicted that. When he's got God Hand when you fight him, it's because he was summoned by the Grail and stuff, right? So that's fine. They haven't messed that up. What they've messed up though, so if you're establishing that Hercules, in Berserker Hercules, right, which is the weaker Hercules, right? But Berserker Hercules is too powerful for Chaldia, right? And they said Karna too, and I can believe that. So Hercules and Karna are too powerful for Chaldia to summon properly, and because of that, they're weaker and they don't work the way they normally work, right? Like Karna cannot unleash his NP at its full potential, all right, stuff like that. He has got to use like a very nerfed version of it. And Hercules doesn't have God Hand. But then how come we can summon a lot of this other bullshit? Right, like Edmund and all these gods, you know, Kama, all King Hassan, all this other, like, just so much random nonsense, right? And then why are they, like, a beast? Yeah, and then like, oh, that's probably self-manifestation. I didn't look into that, but that's probably that. But and like Hercules is a 4-star, right? Yeah, then you could summon Cuckoo and Arjuna Altar, right? And they're 5 stars, and so it doesn't make any sense, right? It's really weird. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's all very dumb. But yeah, Hercules just gets the short end of the stick because of all that. Yeah, we can't summon Zeus, but then we can summon Tiamat. I probably have to do that stage multiple times, but I might get as far as we can get here. Oh, wow. 10 of each. That's pretty generous. Let's see, give those to Kojiro. Yeah, right. Not giving them to him. Oh, they must go to your mailbox. Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies with Chaldia and summoning and all that. Oh, he's so close. He's almost there. Yeah, more attack than Sanson. Three skills are more than Sanson. Yeah. You know what? Blackbeard. We use Canis. All right. I haven't used her in a while. I really should grail her Rider version though, because she acts exactly the same as her Lancer version. It even says that in her bio. And she's got better attack animations, so I just got a lot of characters to like work on right now. I could use a big shot Rider anyway. My account doesn't have a like go-to strong, super strong Rider. Like I've got Kentucky and her at 90, which is good, but that's obviously not as good as like, you know, Lancelot at 100 or something. There's Ushi. There we go. Can always do Cope Scope. It's kind of expensive though. I guess I'll do that instead. Man, fucking Ilioscope is so bad. Because it's not a CE that you really need attack stat on. Like, unironically, split stat or HP stat is better for these 4-star 75s. Because they normally go on supports who don't need attack stat. I never use Ilioscope because of that. If I'm a damage dealer, I want them to have, like, K-Scope or, you know, more damagey stuff. And then on the supports and, like, Leonidas and stuff, I want them to be tankier. Yeah, I wish they had just kept the original. Some of my old accounts were one copy away from limit breaking Sakura scope, and then I can't get it anymore. So I'm just stuck. Sucks. Now for brand new accounts that are like made tomorrow and on, Ilioscope is, you know, it's decent enough. You know, it's still 75 and it doesn't hurt. And when you are new, you may not have K-Scope and some of the other stuff, so then the attack stat is fine. But in the long run, it's not as good. Oh, well, looks like we need AoE stuff. I guess I could have guessed that because they showed these guys in the story. I wasn't really thinking about that. They were a different color in the story, but I guess they couldn't be bothered to change that. They were like black and yellow or something. I think they're trying to represent them being like altered or corrupted or different or whatever with the black aura, but they really just don't put a lot of effort into this kind of stuff. Can he do 55k without his NP up? I'm hoping so, because he's gonna have double attack up here, and he's got a solid attack stat. He's got a pretty hard-hitting NP for a 2-star. Okay, he got it. Okay, yep, that's not weird or anything. Making like clones of her, I guess. Nice damage. Wow, they really don't like Canis. Well, I can can I kill 3 of these? I'm gonna try. Who needs AoE? Come on, 100k. Damn it. Oh. Close. See, if she was 100, I bet you she would have done it. No, 268. Yep. She could have done it if she was grailed a bit more. Or I had like Hans's crit buff or something like that. That'd have been so cool, man. If I get really lucky and double crit here, we could win. Well, not a good start. Oh! Blackbeard did more damage than I thought he would. I am sad that Canis's interlude is kind of just like fluff like that, though. Because Canis is a really interesting character, and especially with all the, like, she has all of her memories from Lost Belt 5 and everything. So it kind of sucks they didn't really do anything with it. Now, by all means, I wish all characters got multiple interludes, right? So you can have some that are more like lighthearted and whatnot. But then some that actually get into the fucking character, right, would be nice. And we cooked so hard we fought Zeus again, yeah. But yeah, she's such an interesting character that it's such a waste to not like do anything with her interlude like that. Yeah, they need more group stories, absolutely. 100% they should do like group interludes and stuff. Because like, I loved, I think it was Jalter's interlude. There's a scene that doesn't have anything to do with Jalter, with like Casterku, Billy, and Mash and stuff, like playing cards. And that was awesome. It's a really short bit, unfortunately, but like more like actual like character interactions like that would be nice. Yeah, you got Napoleon's interlude that's actually Scatty's, yeah. That's the thing. They've done that a few times. Yeah, no, that's like the one time they've used Scatty seriously since the main story, which is so weird because she has such a serious story, right? But then she's always ice cream jokes. It's ridiculous. Very unfortunate. I wonder if we can just do the exact same team again. All right, he was grailed. For some reason, I was thinking I was using mine. I should probably bring someone that's AoE, though. I mean, we could do both still. What the hell do I even have for AoE riders? I mean, there's Medusa. All right, we don't need Mash, right? It'll be fine. We're Mashless. I need to level more craft essences. But yeah, it's fine to have some lighthearted scatty stuff about ice cream, but then you need to have a decent amount of, you know, not that. By the way, Tesla is the best with his like interactions in that whole scatty bit and all that. And, dude, Tesla is used seriously, probably the least. Like, it's crazy. He has always AC/DC jokes. But he's such a great character, man. Like, if you read his character material, dude, like, he's fucking awesome. It's so lame that they do so little with him. 24 enemies. Hopefully you have to actually fight them. Oh, fuck. I can't do math. Hold on, I gotta fix this. Gotta go back to base. We'll be right back. They'll wait there. Kind enemies. I might as well just K-scope at this point and battery after. I wanted the NP gain up though when you hit that many targets and see what she could get done. She's a terrible looper if you only hit 3 people, but if you hit 6, maybe. They had like double scatty buffs. Her NP gain buff from her 3rd skill. Maybe you could loop, but I kind of doubt it. I don't know, if you had like double scatty, did the switch message code and had another NP gain buff, like a 50% NP gain up, and you hit 6 targets. You know, I could actually test this if I wanted to. Like, I could summon a scatty, use my scatty, then use some other good support. And they're casters, you get more NP off casters. Canis, please don't kill. I just want the NP gain here. Uh-oh. Ooh. Very close. I don't mind repeated jokes and stuff. It's when it's nothing but that, right? That's the problem. Man, I wish Tales of Arise had better enemy design. I love the combat system, but the enemies were so lame and cheap that it just ruined the gameplay. I'm worried too that they're gonna abandon that combat system because it wasn't super well received, but I don't think it's because of the combat. I just think it's because of the enemy design. I love the idea of Tales of being a bit more Dark Soulsy or whatever. That's great. Yeah, the implementation of it just wasn't quite right. And dude, what's her name? Fuck, what's her name? She's the only good caster like ever. She's got the owl pet, right? Rinwell, that's the one. That's like the best caster they have ever made, right? She was, I don't even like casters regardless of gameplay generally, and I actually liked playing her, right? She was super fun to play. That is so rare with casters. And she's one of the only like younger characters that wasn't annoying as fuck, so that was nice. But yeah, they actually made caster gameplay that was fun. So it just sucks that the enemies weren't designed better. Like the enemies were so fucking bad in that game. You know, I actually think she might be able to loop. If you did double scatty and especially another one, I think 6 targets might actually do the trick. Unnecessary buffs here, but let's see. Medusa, come on, 70%. We need this. There you go. Yeah, I didn't like the story either of Arise. It's pretty bad. And here's the thing. I think the idea is fine. And I think the idea of like if you look at the characters, like motivations and backgrounds and goals and stuff on paper, it's all fine. But the writing and the dialogue and the execution of the story, it was really bad. Like yikes. It's annoying though, because I don't have a problem with the cast on paper, right? Like on paper, I'm like, yeah, this could be a fun cast. This could be cool. But yeah, the writing, it was just, ugh. Yeah, Law is very badly written. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of them are though. A lot of them are really badly written and are just stupid. The things that come out of their mouths. Like the things that they say are just dumb, right? But like the concept of all of the characters are all fine, right? It's all fine. But yeah, the execution was really bad. I'm really annoyed by that though, because I like the Tales of series and I really enjoyed, you know, Tales of Vesperia and Symphonia and all that, especially Vesperia, man. I love that game. I really want Tales of to do well, but yeah, it read like bad fan fiction. You know, it's like these They want the characters to have an X moment, but then there's no justification for X. So then the characters, you know, react as X, but it's like, why the fuck are you doing that? Like, it's so yikes. It's like fanfiction's really bad about that, where they want like Y character to have moral outrage, but then they don't have any justification for it, right? And it's just stupid, right? There's so much bad writing like that. And yeah, Tales of Arise reminded me of that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where the I really don't read fan fiction, but I know people that do, and then I know enough about writing and writing analysis that I've seen a lot of analysis of like the difference of like modern writing versus writing in the past, and like the influence of like fan fiction on modern writing and stuff. So like I know, you know, and I like, for example, I never read the fan fiction that Mary Sue comes from, right? It's a Star Trek fan fiction, but that coined the phrase Mary Sue, and so I know what writing techniques are going on there. Right, I haven't read it, but I know what writing techniques they use, and I know why that coined the phrase Mary Sue, right? And yeah, that kind of stuff is just becoming more and more common. It's not good. God, there was that Sonic fanfiction. I've read some of that just because it's a meme. That Fate Sonic fanfiction. I remember I joined someone's stream and they were reading it. That was an experience. Probably better than this collab though, I'm not gonna lie. Because at least it's like, it's so bad, it's good kind of thing, so. Yeah, that was a long time ago now, actually. Writing has just gone to shit, in my opinion, over the last 15 years. I've just slowly watched it erode. Like, good writing is so rare now. The thing is, the Requiem event didn't try anything new. It didn't. It just obfuscated it by acting like the dice rolls mattered. They didn't. The Requiem event is like every other event. Completely linear. You do free quests to progress. There's just this like fake dice rolling stuff that makes it... And that's what I don't like about a lot of like modern FGO is they do a lot of that. There was literally nothing of substance going on in the Requiem collab. It was the exact same thing you've done in every other event. If you like look under the hood what was going on with those dice rolls, it doesn't matter at all. Zip. Completely, it was just a lie, right? You just generically farm free quests to generically get dice to go around the board over and over again, right? It doesn't matter at all. There's no meaning to it. And a lot of the events are like that, where they try to like they're superficial, they're skin deep, right? They don't do actually meaningful different stuff anymore. Yeah, Maze Event and Imaginary Scramble are the same thing. I'll at least give Imaginary Scramble this. Some of the like optional bosses and stuff were at least a little bit of fun, like the Lancers, the Homunculus Lancers. You know, that was actually a fun stage, right? There's some stuff like that. But like the way you're progressing the map doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you started clearing north or west first. It doesn't matter, right? You just generically get map clear tokens essentially for doing free quests, and you're going to clear all of the map one way or the other. So it means nothing, right? It's completely irrelevant. And it's because FGO doesn't like putting time into things, right? So a lot of their stuff is very shallow. And like why Arknights' roguelike isn't shallow is because they put over a year and a half into developing it, right? FGO doesn't do that, right? They're not going to take a few devs, set them as, because obviously the whole Arknights team wasn't working on the roguelike, but you know, they set some people aside and they just worked on the roguelike for a year and a half, right? And so when it finally comes out, it's awesome, right? It's a great, great content. And the thing is, what's embarrassing is FGO makes a lot more money than Arknights overall. Like, sure, sometimes Arknights makes more money than them in a month, but like over the year, FGO makes more money. And so they should have an easier time hiring devs to just work on X or Y and put that kind of time into it to just put out banger after banger and stuff. But they don't do that. They should. Like, I think if FGO put in the effort that Arknights does, and they hired more, I think FGO could just be such an amazing game. Like, I think because they have a good combat system here, right? Sometimes the boss fights really are just awesome, right? So, and they have a good roster and music and all this stuff. And the anime art style is pretty ageless, so they don't have like graphic problems too much, right? So if they put in the effort, and you know they were having, you know, teams work on things, you know, like a roguelike and a new game plus, and fixing up the UI and all this stuff, this game could be so good, man. I mean, this game could just be fucking killer, and that's why I'm so annoyed by it. Is the wasted potential is just, it hurts my soul, man. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? This game could be so amazing, and they just waste it, and it's simply because they don't want to hire people, and they don't want to spend money that they don't have to, and then the player base is willing to just give them money hand over fist when the devs do fucking nothing. Because the thing about Arknights is they have to put in more effort. They don't have an IP that can sell on its own, right? So they have to try harder. They have to, you know, go the extra step. They can't be complacent. But the community, unfortunately, babies Aniplex and Lizangle, and so they get away with murder. Type Moon has a lot of influence. We don't. The thing is, we don't know exactly. We do know though that like Type Moon does have a lot of influence over the development and a lot of say. And like the editor at Type Moon actually was like very influential on day one FGO. Nasu wasn't though. He didn't get involved until later. But we know they have a lot of say. But we don't know we don't have their contract, right? And we're never going to, right? We're never going to have the exact details. But we know because, you know, these are very known things about the video game industry and then in Japan and all this stuff. We know Aniplex and Type Moon have a lot of say, right? We just know that is a fact, right? And things they've said in interviews and all that confirm that kind of stuff. You know, the exact details, you know, we're probably never going to know the exact work pipeline and the exact input and timings and budget. You know, we're not going to know that stuff. But it's pretty obvious that they don't like putting in more money into FGO than they have to, because the output of this game is pathetic. And people get mad at me for saying this. It's just a fact. Like, it just compare it to everything else in the industry. The FGO's content output is a joke. I mean, it's actually pathetic, right? I'm not making this shit up. It just is. I wish that wasn't the case, but yeah, it sucks. And so that's a clear sign, you know, shit ain't right. And they put out, you know, no animation updates, no interludes, very few new characters, very few new events, low effort on welfare, attack it, another CE. I got 7 of them now. But just low effort all over the place, right? Just through and through. I should go ahead and limit broke one of those. I mean, I've got 7 for God's sakes. The story situation does piss me off because the story's the best part. I think, can we all agree on this? Right, I got people over here trying to tell me that min turning is the true, you know, pinnacle of FGO enjoyment. I cannot roll my eyes enough. And the thing is, I really stand by this. Thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate that. But I think I really do speak for the majority here. I feel very confident that the majority of people that play FGO, their favorite bit of content is the main story. Like when new main story drops, that's their favorite thing. Of course, that's not everyone. Of course not. Right? There's all kinds of different minorities and groups and stuff. But the proof's in the pudding. Anytime main story drops, there's way more hype around FGO. Way more Twitter talk, way more views on Twitch, everything, right? Like when Lost Belt 6 dropped, that was huge, right? Everyone was interested in FGO again because of Lost Belt 6, for example, right? And Lost Belt 7 and so on. That doesn't happen for just min-turn bullshit farming. No one gives a fuck about that. Now, if you personally enjoy it, that's fine, right? That's totally fine. I enjoy a lot of niche things that no one else really enjoys. That's fine. But yeah, that's what overwhelmingly what people care about is story drops. And the fact that they're basically not doing those anymore is just like, yeah, no kidding. People aren't happy about this. Green swearing in front of the invaders. I know I'm such a potty mouth. All right, we're limit breaking the CE here because I got 1 million of it. I haven't even farmed very much. I've actually barely farmed in this event. Just got lucky. Also, I think I have another one in my mailbox that I never collected. The one from the mission. I think they mail it to you. I'm not sure. Maybe they don't. There's not much to give my thoughts on, though. I mean, like, the CCs are decent. Of course, it's good to have another Pearson vulnerability. You know, command code and all that. But we've already got one, so it's just kind of more of the same. Also, I think they typoed the NP gain one. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's 10%, then that's worth noting, because that's like, Jesus, that's a lot of NP gain. But I'm pretty sure that was like a typo on the wiki, and I'm pretty sure it's just 5%. But I don't know for sure. I haven't checked. But if there is a 10% NP gain command code, that is really wild. I don't think they should make a 10% NP gain one, though. I think that's silly. I know, imagine that on a Resh art card or dude, what's her name? Carmilla, right? Like that'd be insanity. I need to like upgrade my Carmilla more. She's a fun unit where she's like good but not even remotely OP, so she's like fun to use in boss fights and stuff from time to time. I need to do that. Oh man, hopefully I don't have to do too many free quests here. I assume we're pretty much at the end of the story. I hope they don't make you do all 100 missions to get the challenge quest. But I mean, whatever. I can play FGO whenever I feel like it. I don't have to. Unlike how some of these people that are mad at me, I don't really care. Like, I can go play Elden Ring. It's fine. Whatever. I'll play FGO when it suits me. I'll tell you what though, I really did enjoy playing these advanced quests on my ult account, like working through them all like that. That was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I wish you could do that with the main story fights, you know, just play through the main story fights again. Maybe do low star stuff. And you could do like, you know, French only or male only. You could mix things up like that. Hell, for me, doing female only, I think is what chat would want because I do male only all the time. And I don't actually have, like, my roster for the ladies is definitely smaller. So that would actually be harder for me. Yeah, French only, that'd be a lot of fun, honestly, for some of those. Male, female, and French. I'm never leveling my Kiara. It's not gonna happen. I have standards. All these missions. You do get some gold gems from these though, which that's nice. Oh, I didn't buy one. That's why I thought I was missing one. I knew something was up there. I think you were gonna want that for the challenge quest. It's a damage enhanced one, so they normally scale the challenge quest around that. Although sometimes you can just do Black Grail and it doesn't make any difference really, but if you don't have the stronger supports and you're not looping your MP all the time, then a lot of times you're gonna want it. Yeah, I don't think they're giving us any costumes on this one. I don't think so. Yeah, really, you'd think they would make this a costume. It's kind of whack. It's not. But yeah, again, it's just low effort. Low effort. That's the name of the game with FGO. Yeah, they should have given Jolter an animation update and then given her the Lancer get up as a costume. That'd be sick, man. That'd actually make me super happy because I don't like the flag, right? It looks really out of place and like kind of dumb. So I'd be cool with that. And then yeah, give Ruler Gil as a costume, right? Yeah, that'd be pretty sick, man. Alas, that requires effort. Dude, I know Jolter not getting an AU, man. Oh, Jesus. So then people are mad at me for calling FGO out for being a piece of shit, man. It's just mind-blowing to me. Yeah, I got a lot of like emotional knee-jerk reactions to me criticizing FGO off of this Samurai collab, man. My boy Spartacus. At least he got an animation update. Why did I just see Odysseus? Guess they're like the rogue servants. They're working together or something. Look, same thing with Limbus. Same shit applies to Limbus. And by the way, the FGO community is literally doing what the Limbus community did, right? Am I wrong though? Right, all my criticisms of Limbus, am I wrong? Because like no one ever countered my points. And they're just like, you dumb, right? It's like, okay, guys, it's great. Midbus, oh god. That game did have a cool aesthetic and music and all that stuff, though. Are they doing more 5 AP, like, nothing burger stages again? These were nice and good a final because the stages were actually, like, meaningful content. Especially if you didn't bring the story support, right? You could have like a real boss fight. They were awesome, man. I loved those, but this shit is just garbage, and they keep making you use, you know, preset stuff. All right, fine. If they're gonna use the event CE, I'm gonna use the event CE. Look, I got a limit broken game. You gotta catch up. Story support. Did Limbus seriously have more updates than FGO? Because Limbus was like a 3-man dev team or something, right? They're tiny. Were they meaningful updates? Like, I'd have to look at like what they actually did. They definitely put more effort into some of their sprites, though. I mean, not all of their sprites, just kind of hit and miss on that. But some of their sprites had pretty fleshed out animations and stuff. Is it really surprising? I mean, yes, because it's easy to dunk on FGO. But like small dev teams, it's tough, man. Like one of my favorite games this year is Death Must Die, but it's, you know, it's an early access. It's not done, and the development of it is very slow because it's one guy, right? It's a great game, but because it's only one dude, the updates are going to be really, really, really slow, right? That's generally how it goes. It's not easy being a small dev team and pumping out updates. Like, not at all. It's super hard. Now, it's not an excuse for FGO because, you know, they're not a small indie dev, but I am surprised if a dev as small as Limbus is doing better than FGO in terms of, like, content output. You know, I know they're not making as much money, but... Although, apparently, they're making decent money, though. On their earnings reports that people post, they don't look like they're doing well, but that's because they don't have the PC numbers, and they make... They're from what I've seen, they're actually kind of killing it. Because they're like the only proper gacha game on Steam. So, and there's a huge market for it. Like, I actually, FGO, Arknights, all these fuckers, they're fucking up, man. There's a gold mine of money to be made if you just put your fucking game out on Steam. There's all these gamers that like the variety, the large roster of these gacha games. That's like the draw, man. You get to use what you like, right? Because you have all these options to pick from, right? People really like that. There is a huge amount of people that are wanting to play gacha games but don't want to play on mobile and stuff. Mass, and that's the whole reason Limbus Company is doing well. Well, not the whole reason. That is definitely part of it. Because there's so little, like there's other gacha games on Steam, but they're a joke, right? They're a complete joke. Like, hell, I'd rather play a gacha game on PC than on phone, so. Raid, is Raid Shadow Legends on Steam? I don't even know. Yes? Yeah, they're probably making a killing off of that then. Shit, I didn't know that. Yeah, they have an account system, don't they? But, yeah, I guess it's not as well received as Limbus or something. But yeah, there's no reason not to have a PC client. And the reason a lot of these devs don't is are just lazy and they don't want to hire people that know how to make a PC client and then manage it. Because you have to actually manage it, right? It takes effort. And they don't want to do that. Alright, this guy's got some kind of like attack thing. It might just be attack up. See that or apply something. I'll kill him though so he doesn't murder Lee. Give me one crit here. 30, 50, 40. There you go. I do really enjoy his attack animations though. I'm not much of a weeb fan and all that, but they're pretty fun. If he just had a good NP to be the icing on the cake, then I'd be quite happy with it. Oh yeah. Oh my god, FGO doesn't have an account system, man. That really is the worst of it and all the problems, but that is just like, how the hell is that a thing? Can't make this shit up. I love Dragon Dive, man. Such a good song. It's one of the lesser known Armored Core songs. But I remember a long time ago, this fan, crazy lad, this was like, I don't know, 15 years ago now or something, maybe 12 years, I don't know. But this guy made an animation for Armored Core 4 Answer where Starva fights White Glint, right? And just a fan animation, done super well though for just like a fan, right? And he used Dragon Dive, which made me very happy because it just, man, no one uses that song for anything. It's pretty unknown, but yeah, I really like it, so good times. Well, she's dead as hell. Unless that's like a million damage cut. Wait, is that guy seriously making a mecha fan game? I don't even know. I just know that guy's like a huge Armored Core nerd and I love him, so. Yeah, I'm not talking about like the Super Robot Wars animation. It's much older than that. And if that was made by the same guy, I don't even know. It wouldn't shock me though, because that guy does love his Armored Core. But I didn't think those were the same people. Game really struggling to load here. God, we have to do all of these. Oh no. And this one's time gated. Looks like that's like tonight though, I think. I know about Project 6. Is that seriously the same guy? I had no idea. Dude, that guy's insane. Yeah, I know that, dude. Like, Project 6 is a fan game that is done insanely well. Like, he's been working on it for years. And I think it's just by himself. It's crazy how slick it is, dude. I had no idea that was the same guy. Wow. Dude, that guy's talented as fuck. No wonder he did so well. Dude, I gotta stand in awe at that guy, man. That is sick. Yeah, I did not realize that was the same dude. That guy is just crazy talented, and he wants to put all that talent into Armored Core, so... Dude, I'm not even kidding. If I was FromSoft, I'd hire that man. Fuck, I would. Like, that's... I cannot believe what he's done by himself like that. That's insanity. I would hire him in a heartbeat. Fuck, man, that's crazy. Can I just, like, use my characters, please? Like, fuck. You know what? I want to use Q. He makes no sense here, but I'm bringing him. And then I need Bond with like Mordred, Darius, probably Kojiro. Sanson's already Bond 10 actually, so. They keep saying there's content coming that you're going to want to have your Bond CE. I'd really like to have at least Darius done by then. And certain Kojiro too. Now these are like the two I'd really like to have done. Most of my top picks I've already got at Bond 10, but oh crap though, there's a VC Bronze not Bond 10 either. I need to get that as well, because the VC Braun is unironically one of my favorite Fate characters, man. Dumas is really getting his way up there though, man. I can't wait for him to get added. And really just for him to be in the anime. Please do him justice. Do not like cut his scenes like they did with the VC Braun. Like that sucked at cutting all the VC Braun stuff, man. So I love Dumas too, so I really hope they don't butcher it. That would really make me sad. You should kill all of these. I wonder if they refresh immediately. Probably. Yeah, it's one of these. Yeah, you can post it. That's fine. Chat. Never mind. Holy fuck. Never mind the FGO drama about like if the game's good or bad and all that. That Gundam battle operation adding a mobile suit from Gundam Seed, the drama that has caused in their community is insane. Oh my god, people are like frothing out the mouth. They're just so angry, dude. It is that community is on fire. This has always been a thing. I've seen this throughout all the different video games for Gundam and the anime and stuff. There is just a lot of UC fans, Gundam UC fans, that just hate everything that's not UC, and they get angry anytime it's included in anything. So the thing is, Seed is actually really loved, right? It is a vocal minority of people that behave like I just said. The overwhelming majority of Gundam fans across the globe, they just like Gundam, man. You know, they like UC, they like C, they just like what they like. You know, they don't give a fuck about this elitist gatekeeping crap. But it's the really hardcore and really vocal minority are like real Seed haters in particular, but they really just UC purists. That's a real thing. And Seed is normally like the one they like to pick on though, because it's so popular. Seed is actually, I think to this day, the best-selling Gundam. I'm pretty sure. Like its DVD and Blu-ray sales and everything were just insane. It did so well. Like, don't get me wrong, like, plenty of Gundam has been popular. Like, Unicorn's popular. I know Witcher Mercury's done really well. I'm sure that's really up there now. You know, plenty of Gundam shows have been super successful, but Seed was outrageously successful, but it is kind of controversial, right? A lot of the, like, UC fans hate it to death, so. But, man, this whole drama over there, like, dwarfs FGO's drama. Like, the malice and the hate and, like, the insult flinging and everything. It's crazy. This guy I saw was just like, anybody that supports the Seed suits being in Gundam are just like trolls and bot accounts, and he means it. Because the dev said if they did a survey and more like by a large amount on PC, everyone was like, yeah, they didn't want it to be UC only, right? And then they're like in denial, like, oh, those are bot accounts, that can't be real and stuff. And they're just like, it's madness. If you go to any of the forums and stuff, it's, oh my god. The bad thing is, and by the way, this is why they do it. This saddens me greatly because this tactic works on a lot of developers that aren't very experienced. A lot of times vocal minorities use gatekeeping tactics and like trying to drown people on forums, and they want it so normal. They basically make an environment where reasonable, normal people are going to avoid it, so they're not heard. This happens a lot, unfortunately. and like MMOs and just stuff like that, where you have fucking psychos on Twitter and Steam forums and everything else try to like bully everyone else off of the forums and stuff, so their opinions aren't heard, and so the only opinion the devs see is the vocal minority, and then a lot of devs fall for it, unfortunately, where they believe the vocal minority. It's not great. It is not great. I think this is actually one of the biggest problems in the game industry, is all the like the gatekeeping and all this stuff, and devs just being unexperienced. Because a normal, well-adjusted human being that looks at the internet is not going to know the nuance to all this stuff about vocal minority and silent majority and, you know, circle jerk tactics and like the way Reddit communities form and push people out. They're not going to understand this stuff, right? So they see all they see on every forum post they see, every Twitter ad they get is all X, right? So they pander to X, right? But then it's actually a bad business decision, and most people wanted Y, right? Yeah, but it's very unfortunate. This really does suck for video games. A lot of industry veterans have learned this shit, and they know how to wade through the garbage, but yeah, a lot of devs, this doesn't work. But yeah, that's what Gundam fans are trying to do right now. They're trying to like manipulate the situation to get the devs to just like never do suits from other universes again. And I'm over here like, I would want nothing more than for them to add suits from other universes. That'll get me to play the game again. Why would you want UC only? The same reason you want PlayStation to succeed and Xbox to fail, or vice versa. It's the same shit. This is tribalist nonsense. It's the same thing with FGO right now, right? People can't... Nuance is hard for people, man. Like, it's hard for people to be like, yes, I like aspects of this game, but I'm going to criticize other aspects of this game, right? You see this with, like, politics. You'll have a YouTuber that's about politics, and their fans have to either agree with everything that they say or disagree with everything that they say. They can't be like, okay, I agree here, disagree here. That people are just, unfortunately, the humanity is very dumb. All right, people are very tribalist. People are very all or nothing, white and black, that kind of thing. So if you see good, see bad, right? That's just how they see it, right? Now, I will say this, being a Gundam fan, I'm if anything, I'm a bigger Gundam fan than I'm a Fate fan. I like both a bunch, though, and I've been fans of both forever, but I followed the Fate, the Gundam community a long time, and I've noticed this, that the UC fan base is a lot more tribal and has a lot more of, like, us versus them. Most of the Extended Universe Gundam fans are just like, yeah, I like mechs. And they like UC, too. They're like, yeah, UC's cool. C's cool. Iron Blooded Orphans is cool. Right? They just yeah, Gundam, yeah, right. And there's just something about these like UC fans that has been very. They were never, and I remember this. They were never accepting of the first shows that weren't UC. Because you gotta understand, Gundam wasn't always like you had a bunch of different universes and stuff, right? It used to only be Universal Century for a long time, right? And the second there was a Gundam that wasn't UC, people were mad, right? And that's kind of never gone away, right? And then there's a lot of people that got into it after that. They're like, yeah, mechs, right? And so they're not as tribal. But yeah, it's fucked up. It makes me sad though, because I love Gundam and this really holds it back. But you know, it is what it is. I like how she has permanent debuff immunity to just like stop her from like stunning herself, even though she's got it baked into her kit. But I guess they think the player might like be an idiot and not know how to, you know, play the character. I love the Yippee emote, by the way. I wish Poi was here right now. He's a big Gundam fan. Yeah, they're definitely trying to idiot-proof this stage. Look at that battery! Yeah, all you gotta do, Zig, is go to the Steam forum, go to the Gundam Battle Op Reddit, look up Gundam Battle Op YouTube videos, look at the comment sections, right? Look at like videos that posted this week and stuff. There's drama everywhere. We have a tack down. Kind of just clicking buttons at random here. But yeah, if you want to dig into the drama, it's certainly there. It was funny though, because I as I saw some of this FGO stuff, it was right after looking at some of the Gundam stuff, and I'm like, man, this FGO stuff's like baby stuff compared to what's going on over there. This ain't nothing. Which is funny because Odysseus is a Gundam Seed reference, by the way, with his NP there. I do hate fandoms in general for the most part. I'm sure there's some exceptions, but fandoms are toxic, and the way they are inherently pushes out normal people, and they become a circle jerk of a very specific unhealthy mindset. So everyone in that community is not right or unreasonable or what have you. It's honestly terrible. Like, they're just sane people will leave with the way they behave, so then there's no sane people left. But yeah, fandoms can really get really toxic. It just is what it is. I generally avoid fandoms. Like, I love Gundam, but I don't like to, you know, I'll kind of observe the fandom from time to time, just as like taking notes, and just it's kind of fascinating to watch it, but I don't partake at all, dude. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Look, it's on our side, but we're never gonna have it, let alone an animation. Because the thing is, if they gave us that as a costume, everyone would be mad because there's no animation update. That's the thing. That's why we're not getting it, is because like it's just so obvious like how lame it is. Fucking day one sprite. I mean, seriously, dude. It's a day one sprite. Year 9 of FGO in a big collab event. One of them in a 5-star, and one of the most popular characters. Jalter is arguably still the most popular character. It's hard to tell because of recency bias, and it's like a lot of people that partake in like online polls or of a certain demographic and stuff. But I've seen a lot of data that shows that Jalter is still like at the absolute top of popularity, right? Like Saber, you know, Artoria, Gil, Jalter, they're still just crazy popular. They're not really going anywhere. And so like the fact that she's still like that is just like, what? Little awkward this stage. The fandoms are normally better at the beginning because you have a lot more normal people in them. And then as time goes on, they either stop caring as much or get pushed out. That's the whole problem with Reddit. Like, Reddit is like always that. As time goes on, every Reddit becomes a circle jerk. Just always. Always. And normally a circle jerk of not just like-minded people, but of like, I'm sorry to say this, but mentally unwell people, because most sane people do not obsessively use Reddit like as much as they do, right? Like, they're not like policing everything that's said on Twitter, and you know, like they don't spend all day on social media. They you know, and so what happens is only the people that use social media like all fucking day long are left, and that have of a certain opinion, and those are just not normally well-adjusted individuals with sound opinions, right? It just isn't. And of course there's exceptions. You know, I'm not trying to like overly generalize. Oh fuck, I should have swapped those cards around. But yeah, like normal sane people don't obsess over Twitter all day long, right? That's just not a thing. Yeah, most people, if they don't like a fan art, they don't even post online. They don't even say anything. They just to themselves like, yeah, I don't really like that. And that's it. That's literally it. Or if they like it, like, yeah, I like that. They don't make a comment. They don't upvote. They don't do anything, right? But then the people that are like, I have to let the world know, right? Normally are, you know, like overly invested. Or a streamer, you make and you make your content off of your opinion. Honestly, though, I've really taken, I'm sure people have noticed this. I've really taken a step back from, just like FGO and all this stuff, because it's just dumb. I just don't, I'm like, FGO is so silly. That's why I've like, been a lot more chill with like how often I stream FGO and whatnot. Yeah, I have my opinions. It's just how I am, but yeah, I don't really care. I'm not like trying to grow an FGO channel anymore. I'm not trying to get all the views. I don't give a fuck, and I don't need to, man. I got other things in life going on, so it just doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, it is a streamer's job to have an opinion, and that's fine, you know. So, you know, I have my opinions and I put them out there. But there's a difference between like, hey, I stream and then I talk about my opinion, right? That's kind of like, just like you're talking amongst your friends about your opinion or whatever, right? Versus I gotta go on Twitter with my 80 followers and, you know, blast this guy that made a fan art I don't like, right? This is not the same thing. I'm not sending Lizangle angry letters, right? I don't plan on doing that. Even if I ever sent Lizangle anything, it'd be like on a survey they asked me to, and I would just, you know, be a straight shooter. I'm not gonna swear at them. I'm not gonna call them idiots. I'm like, yeah, I wish you would do this, this, and this. I think this, and this is not great. These are my reasons. That's it. Like if I met a Lizangle or a Aniplex, you know, dev in a bar and we're talking, I'm not gonna freak out at them. You know, it's just a game, man. No, I don't go to bars, but it's an example, right? You meet him at a convention. I don't go to conventions either, but you know what I mean. Social activities. But yeah, for like example, right? My brother is a fan of Fate and Gundam, right? He likes video games, all these things. He never leaves YouTube comments on anything. He doesn't even check the Reddit for anything. He doesn't check he doesn't join Discords. He's on like my Discord and that's it, right? And maybe like a Discord for like his WoW community might play with or something, or whatever game he's into, right? Like that's it. Right? He doesn't give a shit about any of this stuff. He doesn't even know, right? And like he's got a really busy job, so that eats a lot of his time. But you know, he's not gonna waste what free time he has, right, on like reading YouTube comments, right? He's just not gonna do that, right? He'll play the game like, yeah, this is cool, right? And that's it. He's not gonna. Like right now, he doesn't even know about the Gundam drama that's going on. He likes Gundam and he likes like the extended universe stuff. Like he really likes like Tall Geese from Gundam Wing, right? So if I asked him, it's like, hey, that Gundam Battle Op game, do you want Tall Geese in it? He'd be like, yeah, that'd be cool, right? Right now though, no idea that the community's on fire over that, right? Like if they added Tall Geese, everyone would be mad as shit and everything, right? He has no idea, not a clue. Doesn't know about any of this FGO drama. He just plays it sometimes, right? That's it. Doesn't know about any of this bullshit. And he's like, yeah, FGO's really lazy though, right? Like that's it. Like yeah, he's not really a fan of the way they run it, so he barely plays it. Yeah, Tall Geese I think is his like absolute favorite. It is a good one. I do appreciate Tall Geese. It's kind of like Leo wearing but big and white, and then wearing like a Greek helmet, right, as a mech. That's kind of great. Yeah, he does still play Arknights from time to time. He, like me, though, really sees it as like, hey, I can just play this like a single player game. So, like, he'll go a while not playing it, then he'll play it a bunch, then he won't play it for a while. Do y'all remember how long I went where I would just play, like, I would go months without playing Arknights, and then I would just play it a bunch and then not play it again, and then... Because you can just play it that way, right? It plays like a single player game, right? You don't really need to, you know, treat it like a gacha game. And yeah, that's what he does. He just treats it... I told him that. He was like, oh yeah, this is nice. I can just play it when I feel like it, when I'm not into something else or whatever. But it's like if he gets into like Monster Hunter or something, he can put Arknights down, right? And then just come back to it later. And I love Arknights because of that. Yeah, you can just put it down for a long ass time and you're not gonna miss anything because all the events become permanent eventually. You know, all the stages, the main story stays there. The roguelike's not going anywhere, right? It's a very, you know, sturdy experience that you can play at your own pace. Look at these guys having health bars and shit. Yeah, I do like Tallgeese a lot. It's not my favorite design ever, but I do like it a lot. It's a very clean, simple design, and what I like about it is it's designed to be like very different than the Gundams, right? But it's supposed to be like they're equal in many ways, right? Like it's like this other really strong suit, but it's not like them. And I like that, right? Like the Gundams have like their very specific, you know, kind of Gundam-y typical design with the way their heads look and their paint jobs and all that. And then Tallgeese comes along and it's like this like almost Greek warrior, right? It's so different. I love that. I thought that was fantastic. So that's really cool. And there's not a lot of like mech designs out there that are so white, right? That much white. I like it. Let's see here. Try to stop her from randomly dying. I wish we could have gotten an adult Saber Coup. That would have been nice. I'm not really big on the youngins. At least he's a little bit older than some of the other kid characters, so it's not like as lame. And there are a lot of stories with Coup in his younger years, so I mean, there's certainly reasons to do it. I'm not like offended here or anything, but it's not my cup of tea regardless. Boy, she's having a bad time out here. I would just like a Proto Coup animation update. We're gonna get that any day now, right, guys? Guys, they're using all the whale's money so well for making the game better, right, guys? That's any day. It's just a little lag, right, on the animation updates. I really do hope they come back someday, but oh man, I don't have a lot of faith right now. His animations are alright. Yeah, they're not too bad for welfares. AU on the 31st for real. I'd love it for them to do that. I'm not gonna be mad if they put in some goddamn effort. I'm always the first one to praise them when they actually give a shit. It does seem unlikely, though, that we're going to get a Jolter animation update, because I think they would have shown it off during the story when you fought her. The only way that's maybe not the case is if they're, like, still working on it right now. Right? That's, like, the one hope that we would have to actually get it. And that's happened before, but not often, and that doesn't seem like the case. They seem to be happy to do the bare minimum for an event and then move on to the next thing and do the bare minimum for that, and then so on and so forth, so... I think we're time gated now. Let me check. We had a good bit of catching up to do there. We had one boss fight that was almost fun. Yeah, we're at the time gate now. All right, chat. I think I will wrap it up there then. Keep it brief, right? But I'll stream later today. Absolutely. We'll do Arc Nights, I think. But I need to eat dinner. Holy crap. I ate like a little snack before the stream. Wasn't enough. I'm like dying from hunger here. So yeah, I gotta go eat something. I'm gonna take a little break. We'll come back with some Arc Nights. Apparently their EX stages are out, so I'll go scream at some sheep. Yeah, we'll pet the dog. But anyway, boys, thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully that my intro to this stream doesn't cause too much drama. If you want my opinion about the drama, just watch the VOD. It's at the start of the stream. But we'll raid Cairo, and I'll probably be back maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Yeah, I'll take my time. I want to enjoy some dinner, right? But yeah, we'll come back later tonight with some Arc Nights. Anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate everyone. And I am out of here.